Hello, and welcome to Be Mom. This is Becky. If you haven't met me before, I have many other videos on my channel for you. We are working this year on getting healthier, and last time we talked about the three components: thinking, food, and movement. And so today we're going to talk about something very, very important. These are commonly called non-scale victories. It's very easy, especially when you're working on losing weight, to focus on the scale, to look at standing on it and, make those numbers the most important thing. But they're not. Sometimes they're deceptive. If you're using weights and working out, it appears that you are not losing the numbers you want to lose. If you're working out with weights on a regular basis, you might be gaining muscle, which amount it weighs a little more. So you're shifting your body. So these are helpful to look at, but we're going to look at them in all three categories. So the first thing is thinking. And with your non-scale victories, you want to look at, hey, I'm feeling better about myself. Hey, when I look in the mirror, I see that no matter where I'm at in this journey, that I am beautiful and capable. I notice that I am able to treat others with more kindness because I'm starting to recognize what a value I am myself. And so those are good things to think about and look at. And if those are areas where you are struggling, just know that you're not in this alone and that we all struggle together. But also know that those things I mentioned, how wonderful you are, how valuable you are, how beautiful you are, those are very true. And the sooner you believe that and recognize it about yourself, no matter whether you have 200 pounds to lose or 50 pounds to lose or 10 pounds to gain, you are fine the way you are. You are important and valuable, and you have good things to contribute to the world. So that's important to remember. So that's helpful for non-scale victories, NSV, for thinking. For food, you can focus on, wow, hey, I wanted that piece of cake, but I thought, you know what? Let me get the apple instead. And so you made a good choice. You sat down to have a snack, and you grabbed some nuts and some fruits or vegetables instead of those chips or crackers or things. Or maybe you said, you know what? I've been in the habit of grabbing the bag of chips. Let me see if I can scale this down and get a small container, like a small bowl, and put some chips in it and eat them slowly, one at a time, and enjoy my chips that way. Those are all good things, and those are good ways to do things and think about things. Maybe you're sitting preparing a meal and you're thinking, well, okay, I normally add extra cream to this, so let me see if I could put some Greek yogurt in instead. I like to use pasta for this, so let me see if this tastes good with spaghetti squash. Or can I find some noodles, because they are there, just you've got to read the labels in the grocery store. Can I find some noodles that have extra protein, or that don't have as many carbs, or that include vegetables in their making? Those are good things to do. You can chop up some extra vegetables and throw them in your different foods. Here's what I discovered. If you take some time and take a deep breath and light your candle so you're not crying the whole time, cut up all your peppers and onions, you can put them in a container and keep them in the freezer. Then whenever you want vegetables in your food, you just add some extra quick vegetables. You pull it out, you just throw that in and let it cook up, and then you add whatever, your meat or your eggs or whatever. You can put salsa on your eggs. It's delicious. I like it very much. And that adds some extra vegetables. Any of those things, you start making those choices with your food, those are non-scale victories. One way that you can tell is is your shape will change. So like I said, the scale might not look different, but you might put on that pair of pants and go, wow, these were tight last week and they're a little looser today. So even if the scale doesn't say it, your body is readjusting and it's getting healthier. Water, yeah. Aim to drink more water. Get yourself a big gallon jug and fill it up with water, and determine over the course of the day, not at one time, over the course of the day, to drink it. Get an additive. There's one that's very popular, LMNT. It's pronounced LMNT, and that's a good brand. There's Amazon has a bunch of good brands. I use a different brand myself, which I don't remember the name of, but none of these people are sponsoring me. I'm just giving you some options, but adding electrolytes in is helpful. Even like every other day, maybe even if you're doing keto, have a half of a banana. Get those extra potassium and electrolytes in your body. Those are good. I don't encourage things like sugar-free Gatorade or things like that, because they have the kinds of sweeteners that are not healthy for you in them. And I'm hoping one day that a bunch of these places will figure it out and start only adding the healthy sweeteners, but some people don't like the flavor. So anyway, adding extra water is another non-scale victory. You can say, I drank the entire amount, or I had an extra glass of water today when normally I have a hard time drinking water. So there you go. What counts as water? Let's talk about that. Tea counts as water. Anything that's mostly just water with some flavor in it, so flavored waters also, sparkling waters also, those can count. So if it's just flavor and water of some kind, tea or whatever, you're good. So those are encouragement. It doesn't have to be just water, straight up water. Not a lot of people like that. So that's some food non-scale victories you could add. Noticing your clothes and how they're changing, non-scale victories that you could add. Okay, and then movement. So if you are not used to walking or getting around or moving, it could be as simple as, I decided to park at the other side of the parking lot so that I could do the extra walking to get in. Non-scale victory. If you're not an exercise person, that's a big deal. Going out and going for a walk for even starting 5 minutes. You want to build that up, because you want to get to, remember we said 15 to 60 minutes a day. If you've never done weights, start small. Start with 3-pound weights. Start small and do just small movements. Talk to your doctor about this. They can give you some good ideas and suggestions as well. But anything you do to move, you can say, I hate to move, but I went ahead and got up and walked a little bit extra. I went ahead and threw on a silly dancing video and just danced around in my living room. Those are all non-scale victories, and you can include them. And I promise you, as you incorporate more of these things, not just doing the things that help with the health, but noticing them, keeping track of these non-scale victories, this is going to encourage you so much. And of course, please put them in the comments. I want to see how you're doing. Myself, I've noticed that as I've gotten back into this, that I'm paying more attention to what I'm eating and trying to be more careful. I've lost a little bit on the scale over the last couple of days, and so I'm pleased with that. I can see progress that way, but also I'm noticing that I'm enjoying eating these healthier things again. I'm enjoying learning to cook and bake in ways that put healthy things. Myself, personally, I'm focusing mostly on keto, what I do, because I know that keto cannot be your whole life. I do keto mostly, and once a month, I take a day off, and I just eat whatever for at least one meal. And that gives me a chance to enjoy those other foods that I hold off on and appreciate them. And it gives me a chance to let my body learn to deal with some of those things, because it's the whole point. Retraining your body to work with how you eat and relearning to eat to help your body out the best. And so there you go. So I hope this is an encouragement for you. If this is helpful, please subscribe. Click that like button if this was a good video. If you feel like there are some of the things, if there's things that you feel like would help you, like keep your attention, or hey, do you have more visual aids, or things like that, put those in the comments too, because that's helpful for me. I'm always trying to improve my videos as well as give you content that's helpful. And so I feel like we're in this together, and the more I hear back from you, the more I'll know that you do too. And for those people that are getting new here and subscribing, thank you so much, and God bless you, and we'll see you next time.